Hello everybody and welcome to the Saturday morning breakfast stream. My breakfast is coffee, although I may have had a slice of cold pizza. Why is it so far lagging? I don't know. I came in, I sat down, I started drinking coffee. That's weird. Well, a little peek behind the camera, I guess. Oh, I should have lights. All of the lights. The sunny daylight. Sunny days. Chasing the clouds away. Hello. How is everyone out there in listenerland, or viewerland, I guess, today? Do you have your coffee or tea? Do you have your waffles or pancakes? Do you have your bacon and eggs? Or perhaps a bowl of nutritious oatmeal? Whatever your morning routine, the birds be singing in the trees. And hello, good morning, Tams. Good morning, Beth. Welcome. I'm so glad to see you here. Yes, how is everyone? Okay, well, I'll just turn that off. What's up? What's shaking? What's happening? What's the what? I, for my part, have slept somewhat. Boy, really interesting this morning, eh? I have a big day ahead of me, sort of. You're making soap today, Beth? Oh, cool. I've always wanted to make my own soap. It's something that I will be looking at possibly doing in the future, because I want to live the sustainable lifestyle, and making your own soap seems like a good place to start. Well, I mean, not burning fossil fuels seems like a good place to start, but you know what I mean. Good morning, Megan. Welcome to the crew. We have the lot of us here today, and possibly some extras. Based on the numbers I'm seeing on the viewers, we may just have some people who are lurking. So, or we may not. They may be false numbers. I don't know. But if there is anyone out there who's lurking, feel free to lurk. Hello. Thank you for joining me. You don't have to speak up, but I'm glad to talk to you if you do speak up. So, Beth, what kind of... The dog needs to be let in. What kind of soap are we making? Are there kinds of soap, or is it just basically soap with a new scent in it? Like, how does one change soap? I suppose you could add, like, coffee grounds to make it exfoliant. And caffeinated. I don't know whether that's a thing. Probably dissolvable exfoliants are better, like granulated sugar or salt. I'm assuming. I've just thrown that out there. You're making your Yeasty Beastie soap. Ah, that's from your shop, Mama B's Potions and Notions, which have all sorts of nifty stuff. Oh, excuse me. Apparently I'm not quite awake yet, and oh dear, I really need to get my hair redone, because now it's not just looking washed out. The blue and the green are looking downright dishpan mousy. I don't know what the thing is. So we gotta add some more color. We gotta add some new color to this palette. You can add or subtract ingredients and add essential oils or fragrance oils. What's the difference between an essential oil and a fragrance oil? I guess the fragrance oils would be essential, like not the essence of a thing, but a fragrance created to evoke a thing? Is that right? How close am I? And Megan, how are you and the children? And your hubby is sleeping in, I take it? You take turns, I know, being up with the kids. Are your kids ensconced with their bowls of cereal elsewhere, or are they watching the stream, and do I get to say hi? Hi. Hi. Even if I don't get to say hi, say hi. Fragrance oils are chemical. We can color your hair this evening if you have time. I have all the time in the world. I am nothing but time. I am father time. I'm like Kronos or why can't I remember the name of the character from Neil Gaiman's Sandman? I mean, I guess I could just say I'm the Sandman, but everything is composed of chemicals. It is true. Natural chemicals are just chemicals you find in nature, and synthetic chemicals are chemicals that are created in a laboratory environment. And by laboratory environment, I mean like you can mix up a chemical in your kitchen and call that a laboratory environment. So, what we should worry about is harmful versus non-harmful chemicals. And by harmful, I don't just mean to us, I mean to the environment. But you already knew that. You're a pretty smart cookie. What was I saying before? I asked Beth about essential oils versus fragrance oils. I asked Tams about what was the name of the Sandman, and I asked Megan where her kids were at. That's right, that's where we are. I don't even remember what happened in the last 5 minutes, except I just did, because I remembered it. But I'm feeling a little goofy this morning, because I'm on my 3rd cup of coffee, and I went right from the first one not working to the 3rd one probably being a little bit of an overload, because I am now awake, and he says, well, he yawns, and thinking about Magic the Gathering, which is a pretty clear indication that I have mental power to burn, but not in the right areas, because I'm not going to be thinking clearly about like editing my novel or putting together Tams's podcast or feeding the homeless. Instead, I'm going to try to be building a cycling deck in a silly card game. I feel marginally bad about that, but not really. I'm thinking about adding Shark Typhoon into a cycling deck just for funsies. Cycling card format standard. Search. Breakfast has been consumed. They are watching an episode or 2 of Sailor Moon. They say hello. Oh, they said hello. Oh, that's so sweet. It makes me feel good. Where are they in Sailor Moon? Maybe I should try singing the Sailor Moon theme. I at least can sing it better than Serena Usagi. Sometimes when I'm talking about anime, and I have equal experience of them in English and Japanese, the names get messed up in my head, so I couldn't remember either Usagi or Serena right off the bat, and I'm like, what is the character's name? Let's see. Moonlight Densetsu lyrics. That's showing me the Japanese kanji. Oh god. I can't read that. Gumenne Sunao Janakute. Yay. Hugs to the little imps. Imps is right. They're definitely impish. And they're the adorable kind of imps, which is even worse. So how much soap do you make at one time, Beth? I'm curious. Because I've known people who make it like in a casserole, basically. Like a flat, pan. Just like they mix it together and then pour it in there and let it set and then, slice it into bars. Is that more or less how you do it? Do you use a premix or work with lye? I'm super scared of lye. You work with lye. Yeah, no lie. Lye is pretty dangerous stuff. No word of a lie. But it's also like... So, it's interesting. 6 to 8 bars at a time. Cool. And do you have a mold, or do you, like, make a loaf of it and cut it? Like, I'm just curious how this process works. Lye is one of those, harmful chemicals, but it's also a naturally occurring chemical, sort of. It's weird. You were scared of lye until you tried it. It's actually not too bad in very small amounts. Fair enough. I mean, you could say the same about I'm torn between saying liquid nitrogen and some sort of acid that I can't remember the name of. You use molds, so the shapes are fun. Oh, neat. And the kids are on season 1, episode 26. Sailor Jupiter was just introduced. What's her American name? Or do they use the Japanese names in this one? Makoto was her Japanese name, but I couldn't remember what they called her in Sailor Moon American name. Oh, sorry. Sailor Jupiter American name. Lita, right. They called her Lita, which was weird because there was a Mina already. Anyway, Mako-chan was definitely one of my favorites. Probably my ranking of the inner Seishi was Mako-chan, Ami-chan, Mina-chan, Usagi, and Rei, and then Usagi. Honestly, I didn't like Sailor Moon that much. She's just so whiny. And hard to listen to at that time. Especially... Well, no, I'm not going to go negative. According to Patrick, because he asked if it was you asking, it's the Viz dub. Yeah. Okay. Did Viz... Is Viz still around? Sorry, now we're getting to the nitty-gritty of anime translation. I'm a big weeb, which is short for weeaboo, which is what you now call an anime fan from the West. When I was in my anime watching prime, we were called otaku, which just basically means nerd. I'm giving a very slapdash overview, but Apparently, I might know what that means. Viz is a company that dubs anime. I think they're Canadian, actually, and they're pretty good. I think they're decent. I watched a lot of anime in my youth, and I'm starting to get back into it because I wanted to share anime with Tams, and so Sailor Moon's a pretty good place to start because it was kind of my introduction to Japanese cartoons. And yes, I said cartoons. Like, if there are any anime fans out there who are like, it's not a cartoon, they're cartoons. Stop making cartoon into a kid's thing. Yes, it's animation, that's the style. But they're also, you can also call them cartoons. It's okay, the world won't explode. You nerds will have to talk this stuff. Well, I mean, anybody can understand production companies and you know, broadcast rights. That's just what we're talking about. Yeah. Anyway, what's everybody got on the docket today? Beth's making soap. I have to go back out to the store because there are prescriptions that need to be picked up, and they weren't ready yesterday. So I feel kind of bad about going out 2 days in a row because we're supposed to keep this... We're supposed to stay isolated. We're supposed to keep our trips out to like once a week or fewer, right? And so I'm like, well, what am I supposed to do if I have to go out more than once a week? And the answer is just go out, it'll be fine. You're supposed to be cautious, but it still feels like I could have somehow planned better, I guess. I don't know. I'm feeling anxious about going out into the world, but realize that it has to be done. So it'll be fine. You're going on a supply run? I really, really want to order a Plague Doctor mask, and you can only do so much when it comes to med stuff. That's true. I really want to order a Plague Doctor mask and wear it out around grocery shopping, but the ones I've seen are all kind of black. Ooh, actually, that one's pretty sweet. Oh, that's an actual, like, here, I'll show you. That's an actual Plague Doctor mask. From the time period. The new ones look all either black or bone white and are they look like BDSM accessories, which isn't something I want to wear out and about. Patrick has been joking about doing it as well. Apparently there's a Kickstarter for an N95 version. Ooh, that's kind of honestly a bit excessive. But I do like the idea. Except I also hate the idea because I wouldn't want to actually freak people out, and I feel like it would actually freak people out. Now, the reason people wore those Plague Doctor masks back during the bubonic plague was because at the time, people thought that infection was spread by bad odor. So they would stuff the beak with like strong smelling things like you know, spices and fruit peel and whatever, and hopefully keep bad smells out of their noses, out of their systems. And you can see where that comes from. They're not that far off from, it's not the bad odor, but it is breathing in contaminated air that can lead to a lot of infection. So basically, you would have these unlicensed or very poorly licensed doctors who would be hired by towns and cities who couldn't hire like a real doctor, and these bird people would treat patients of the plague, and oftentimes not treat patients and just pocket the money and run. And so it's a whole big history of nonsense. But from a horror fan point of view, the mask looks really cool. Anyway, tangent / end, I guess. Well, I don't want to keep this going too long, because I know we all have busy days, but I do want to just put out there that if anyone in the chat or who watches this after the fact is feeling lonely or doesn't know where to turn for a kind word, I'm always here, and you can reach out to me on Twitter at @theprostep. You can send me an email, theprofessionalstep@gmail.com, and I'll respond. I'll get back to you, and we can have a conversation about how things are going in your life. Normally, I would be right now doing professional cuddle work, intimacy coaching work, but obviously I can't do that while I am under lockdown. And so I'm offering this free service of talking to people, just because everybody needs a friend right now. So, don't be scared. Or be scared and reach out anyway. Feel the fear and do it anyway is something that will help in the long run get over anxiety or learn to live through anxiety. What was that? The plague doctor mask was first worn during the 1656 plague. Okay. Ask the historian, they'll know. Well, thank you for that bit of information. I think I'm going to make it a bit of a shorter stream today, 25-ish minutes instead of the full 30, but I kind of want to get out to the stores before lineups get huge. An opportunity which I have already missed because I should have been out there at 9 a.m. However, I wish you all a wonderfully blessed day. I hope that you all stay safe and comfortable, and I look forward to talking to you all tomorrow at 2 p.m. Thanks, everybody. Have a great day.